Good morning. This is Shanmukra, lecturer in commerce. We deal with corporate accounting, lesson module 1 and lesson 1.9. Okay. In this class, we can be discussing about the issue of bonus shares. What is the bonus share and what are the advantages? How to the accounting treatment we can be discussed in this class. The companies generally do not distribute the whole money what the profit they earned. Out of the earning the profit, some amount they can be given to the shareholders, equity shareholders by way of dividend, and remaining amount kept in the companies itself, in the hands of the company. It is very much useful for the reinvestment purpose or whatever the increasing the liquidity of the organization. So, they retaining the portion of the profit to strengthening the financial whatever the position of the company or the liquidity of the company. That is the main purpose to keep the retained earnings of the company. The shareholders to sacrifice their dividends. Actually, the company they can be earning the profit, whatever the profit it can be, whatever the available to the equity shareholders, but out of which some amount only they can be received, remaining amount kept by the organization or the company. So, they can be ready to sacrifice to receiving a small amount or some amount of profit only. That amount it is very much useful to the organization for whatever the facing the problems in the near future. For that purpose they can be keep as a reserves and surplus to meet the whatever the problems it may be arises in the companies. When the resources are accumulated out of the company's profit, the management can think benefit to the shareholders by issuing the shares, issuing the bonus shares. That means at a free of cost they may be given the shares, whatever the dividend they are foregoing, that amount it can be kept in the hands of the company. That amount due to accumulated of the profit, increasing the profits, then the company they can be given to the shareholders by way of whatever the bonus instead of the given the whatever the dividend. So, when the bonus shares, when bonus may be paid to the shareholders either by way of cash or the capital bonus. Cash, once we can be issuing the cash bonus, that means they can be taking the cash from the company, automatically company liquidity it can be decreases, current assets it can be decreases. Once current assets is decreases, it can be affecting to the what are day to day operations of the company, liquidity of the company. So, second option is to issuing the capital bonus. That means without losing the liquidity position of the company, they may be issuing to the shareholders by way of given this whatever the shares, they can be keeping their whatever the liquidity in the same status, at the same time the shareholders receiving the additional shares. The capital bonus means companies offered bonus to the shareholders by issuing the shares fully paid, that means freely or partially paid converted into the fully paid shares without getting any cash from the shareholders. Without receiving the cash from the shareholders, they may be converted into the partially paid shares into the fully paid shares, or they may be additionally issuing the fully paid shares proportionately. That is the company's capitalization in their profit add the permanently to the share capital by issuing the bonus shares. That means the what are the profits are kept by the company permanently in the organization by capitalization of the profits by way of issuing this whatever the shares. Now we can be discussing when the bonus shares are issued, when we can be issuing the bonus shares, we can be discussed. When a company has large accumulated reserves, that means capital reserves or the revenue reserves or large accumulated funds are available, then they can be ready to issuing the bonus shares. The company is not in a position to pay cash dividend as adversely affecting to the working capital of the company. In such a case also they can be issuing the bonus shares. That means the company financially, that means the accumulated funds are available in the company, but that fund it can be locked with the various assets and various other things. If you are paid the cash, dividend are paid in terms of the cash, the company it must be sold their asset or something, they can be sacrificed. It is definitely affecting to the working capital of the company. The company running, it is very much difficult. Because of that, they can be doing the issue of whatever the bonus shares. This is the another situation. And next, the value of the fixed assets exceed the amount of the capital of the company. The value of the fixed assets are day by day it can be increases. The capital is very less and assets value are increases. In such a case, they may be issuing the share capital. And when the higher rate of dividend is not advisable due to any reason, sometimes high whatever the rate of dividend if you are offered, the expectations are increases from day by day. In the next subsequent years, if you are decreasing at least 1 rupee less than compared with the previous year, automatically it can be adversely affecting. That means market it can be whatever the in the share market it can be decoding. That means they can be decreasing their value. Why? Whenever we can be earning the profit, whatever the profit we can be announced as a dividend, they can be compared. The dividend are increases. And if it is fall down, automatically the value net worth it can be also be decreases in the market. So it is also be the not so good. Instead of that, they can be given a fixed percentage or the proportionate of whatever the dividend to the shareholders, and keeping those funds remaining in the organization as a retained earnings, and it is also be very much useful, and at the time it is also be useful for whatever the issuing the bonus shares. Next, there is a big difference between the market value of the paid up value of shares and the actual company shares. That means in certain cases, the 10 rupees value of share in the market, it may be a 4,000 or 5,000. Due to high value, actual face value is 10 rupees. 10 rupees certificate they can be given, but if you are wanted to purchasing the share, you must pay 5,000 or 6,000 rupees. So that much of the differences are arises, huge differences are arises, automatically it can be creating the some problems, duplication or something it can be arises. It is also be adversely affecting to the market. So such a case we also be take care. Next, when the company is issuing the bonus is a better place in the market, it is attracting to the whatever the investments. That is, it is also be the another whatever the reason for whatever the issuing the bonus shares. When we can be issuing the bonus shares, these are the reasons. Next, we can be discussing about the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 relating with the issue of whatever the bonus shares. According to the section 63 of the Companies Act, Companies Amendment Act 2013, a company may be issuing the bonus shares to the members out of which the following. That means they may be free reserves and surpluses, whatever it may be available. They may be issuing to the securities premium reserve account or the capital redemption reserve account. From these three, one is the free reserves, and second one is, first option is free reserve, second one is whatever the securities premium reserve, and third one is capital redemption reserve account. From these three sources, they may be issuing the bonus shares. Okay, free reserves they can be given clearly mentioned under section 63 of the Companies Act 2013, and share premium reserve it is already clearly mentioned in the section 52 of the Companies Act Amendment Act of 2013, and section 55 it can be mentioned the capital reserve redemption reserve account. Okay, no bonus shares are shall be made to capitalizing the reserve created by evaluation of the assets. That means they can be re-estimating the value of the assets. Existing assets we can be, due to increasing the market value, the asset value we may be revalued. Whatever the revaluation, automatically some fund it can be created. At this example, we can be purchased a piece of land at 1 lakh rupees in the 1940s. Now the same asset value it may be crores of rupees. Due to increasing this, every time we can be showing and say 1 lakh rupees in the books of accounts, in the real market value it is the 10,000 crores. If you are showing 10,000 crores rupees, automatically 1 lakh difference is we can be created as a reserve. That reserve we cannot be using for issuing the bonus shares. We must be keeping in mind. Next, what are the sources of the bonus shares we can be discussed. What are the sources? Accumulated credit, whatever the accumulated credit balance in the profit and loss account, first we can be using general reserve, dividends equalization reserve, capital reserve arising from the profits on sale of fixed assets received in cash. Balance in debentures redemption reserve after redemption of the debentures, capital redemption reserve created at the time of the redemption of redeemable preference shares out of the profit, and securities premium reserve collected in cash only. These are the sources we can be using. Capital redemption reserve and the securities premium reserve can be utilized only for issuing the fully paid up shares, not the partly paid up shares. Converting the partly paid up shares into fully paid up shares, they cannot be using the security premium reserve and the capital redemption reserve. These two reserves are not using in any cases for converting the partly paid up shares into the fully paid up shares, but they may be using these funds for issuing the fully paid up shares. Okay, reserves not to avail for issuing the bonus shares we can be discussed. Okay, what are the reserves we cannot be used? Capital reserve arising due to revaluation of the fixed assets. Due to revaluation of the fixed assets, whatever the capital reserve it can be arises, we cannot be using for issue of the bonus shares. Security premium reserve arising in issue of the shares on amalgamation or the takeover. At the time of the takeover or the amalgamation or the absorption of the company, whatever the premium we can be decided, we cannot be used for issuing of the bonus shares. But the security premium reserve, it may be collected in terms of the cash at the time of issue of the shares, it may be using. But at the time of whatever issuing the shares at security premium with the premium, at the time of whatever the amalgamation or the absorption or the takeover, we cannot be using. Next, investment allowance reserve, development rebate reserve before expiry of the 8 years. Next, balance in the debentures redemption reserve account before redemption take place. Surplus arising from changing in the methods of changing the depreciation. By changing the depreciation, the surplus it may be arises, automatically that type of reserves we cannot be using for issuing the bonus shares. These are the whatever the reserves not available for issue of the bonus shares. Next, we can be discussing about accounting treatment. So, if the bonus shares are utilized by making the existing partially paid shares into fully paid up shares, the following entries are made. When bonus shares are declared, when bonus is declared, profit and loss appropriation account, debtor or any other reserves account. 2. Bonus to shareholders. And for the shares call money due, share capital account debtor to share final call account debtor to share capital account. When the bonus is utilized to make the partly paid up shares into the fully paid up share, then bonus to shareholders account debtor to share final call account. This is the whatever the relating to the partly paid up shares, accounting treatment for partly paid up shares into the fully paid up shares. Now we can be discussing about if the payment of the bonus is made by issue of fully paid up shares by following entries. Fully paid up shares. In the earlier we can be partly paid up shares into the converted into the fully paid up shares. Now we can be issuing the new shares, fully paid up new shares. When the bonus is declared profit and loss appropriation account debtor or any other reserves account debtor to bonus to shareholders. When the bonus shares are issued, bonus to shareholders account debtor to share capital account. When the bonus shares are issued at a premium, then we can be using what they passing this following entry: bonus to shareholders account debtor to share capital account to security premium reserve account. Okay, this is the accounting treatment we can be made in this whatever the we can be discussed here. Now we can be doing a small problem relating with issue of bonus shares. Okay, bonus shares. The example, one problem is we can be discussed here. The balance sheet of a company limited on 31st/12/2019 are as follows. So 1 lakh equity shares at the rate of 10 rupees is the authorized capital. Out of 1 lakh equity shares at the rate of 10 rupees each, 7 rupee 50 paise is paid up. General reserves are 4 lakhs, security premium reserve is 2 lakhs, profit and loss appropriation account to 2,50,000. Okay, and creditors is 4 lakhs, fixed assets 15 lakhs, current assets 5 lakhs, total 20 lakhs. The company decided to make partly paid up shares into fully paid up shares of the profit and loss account of the company. It is also be decided to issue one fully paid up shares for every 2 shares held. In this purpose, the security premium reserve was to be fully used first, and later general reserves are given. That means first of all we can be converting the partly paid up shares into the fully paid up shares. So far they can be called 7 rupee 50 paise out of 10 rupees. That means 2 rupee 50 paise is the remaining. That final call we can be made. For this purpose we can be using profit and loss account. Okay, so how much amount it is required for partly paid up shares into fully paid up shares? 2 rupee 50 paise into 1 lakh shares, that means 2,50,000 rupees is required. Okay, this is the partly paid shares into converted into the fully paid up shares. And additional one is the company, they can be issuing one bonus shares for every 2 shares held. Total shares held by the company is 1 lakh shares. Out of 1 lakh shares, whatever the every 2 shares 1 and 2:1, that means 50,000 bonus shares we can be issued. 50,000 into each bonus share value is 10 rupees. So 5 lakhs. That means total bonus to shareholder is to shareholders is 7,50,000. 2,50,000 for partly converted into the fully paid up shares, and every 2 shares 1 share we can be issued fully paid shares. For that purpose 5 lakhs. Total 7,50,000 rupees is required. But remaining the 5 lakh rupees we can be using first to share premium reserve account. Then only we can be using whatever the general reserve. They can be clearly mentioned in the problem. So the securities premium reserve account balance is 2 lakh rupees and general reserve is the 4 lakhs. First we can be using out of this 5 lakh rupees 2,50,000 rupees fully used security premium reserve, and the remaining 4 lakhs 3 lakhs rupees we can be meet from the general reserve. So from the profit and loss appropriation account to 2,50,000, and from security premium reserve account to 2 lakh rupees, and from general reserve account we can be using 3 lakh rupees. Totally 7,50,000 rupees we can be using like this. Okay, so we can be discussed, we can be solve this problem on the board. Okay, thank you. We can be doing the same problem on the board. the company A Company Limited issued the bonus shares. The company decided to make a partly paid up shares into fully paid up shares out of profit and loss account, and one bonus share for every 2 shares. For this purpose, first of all, they can be using security premium reserve fully, and if it is necessary, they may be using general reserve. This is the problem we are already discussed. Okay. Now we can be solve that problem. Okay. Come to whatever the board. In case how much it is required, we already said that total partly paid up shares or amount required. How much required? How much of the shares are there? Partly paid up shares, 1 lakh shares. 1 lakh shares, they can be 2 rupee 50 paise is the balance. That means 2,50,000 is required. And fully paid up shares, any for every 2 shares, 1 bonus shares to be issued. That equals to how many shares to be issued as a bonus shares? 50,000 shares at the rate of fully paid 10 rupees. That equals to 5 lakhs. Okay. So total amount required 7,50,000. Out of 7,50,000, 2,50,000 from profit and loss account, and remaining 5 lakh rupees. First of all, we can be using the security premium reserve. Security premium reserve is balancing at 2 lakh rupees, and remaining balance is 3 lakh rupees. It can be using security premium reserve. It is the general reserve, 3 lakh rupees. Okay, now we can be write the journal entries. Okay, equity shares fully whatever the called up shares, final calls we can be made. So equity share, first one is equity share final call account debtor. How much? 2,50,000. To equity share capital account, 2,50,000. Okay. Final call is made. So ఈ ఫైనల్ కాల్ ని we can be made from the bonus. సో బోనస్ ఇప్పుడు దేని నుంచి ఎంత మనం ఇచ్చేస్తున్నాం? సెకండ్ ఎంట్రీకి వచ్చేటప్పటికి ప్రాఫిట్ అండ్ లాస్ అకౌంట్ debtor. How much from profit and loss account? 2,50,000. Security premium reserve account debtor. How much amount? 2 lakhs. Next to general reserve account debtor, 3 lakhs. General reserve account 3 lakhs. To bonus to shareholders account. Shareholders account. How much? 7,50,000. Okay. Being credited balance of the profit and loss account, security premium account, security premium reserve and general reserve account capitalized. Now the bonus, it can be transferred to bonus, third one, bonus to shareholders holders account debtor 7,50,000 to equity share final call account 2,50,000 to equity share capital account 5 lakhs. Okay, being the bonus amount utilized for the payment of partially paid shares into fully paid shares and one share issued for every 2 shares held by the shareholders. Okay, it is already completed. The journal entries is completed. Next we can come to the balance, preparation of the balance sheet. Balance sheet new pro forma is, so first one is equity and liabilities, second one is assets. Equity and liabilities lo 3 sections ఉన్నాయి. One is equity shareholder funds, second one is current liabilities, non-current liabilities, and third one current liabilities. So shareholder funds lo first shareholder funds, non-current liabilities, current liabilities 3 sections ఉన్నాయి. ఈ 3 సెక్షన్ లో షేర్ క్యాపిటల్ ఒకటి, నెక్స్ట్ రిజర్వ్స్ అండ్ సర్ప్లస్ అనేది ఒకటి, రెండు వేరువేరుగా ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ షేర్ క్యాపిటల్ ఒకటి, రిజర్వ్స్ అండ్ సర్ప్లస్ ఒకటి. షేర్ క్యాపిటల్లో ఆథరైజ్డ్ క్యాపిటల్, ఇష్యూడ్ క్యాపిటల్, సబ్స్క్రైబ్డ్ క్యాపిటల్, కాల్డ్ అప్ క్యాపిటల్ అండ్ పెయిడ్ అప్ క్యాపిటల్. ఓకే, authorized capital 1,50,000 shares at the rate of 10 rupees each. Issued capital కూడాను 1,50,000 shares at the rate of 10 rupees each. Subscribed capital కి వచ్చేసరికి 1,50,000 shares at the rate of 10 rupees each. And paid up capital, called up and paid up capital also 1,50,000 shares at the rate of 10 rupees each. Actually at present 1 lakh shares are issued and additional 50,000 shares are issued, bonus shares are issued, total 1,50,000 shares. Okay, authorized capital is whatever the 1,50,000, and that means 15 lakhs. This amount we cannot be taken into consideration. Issued capital also be 15 lakhs, it is not taken into account. Subscribed capital also not taken into account, and called up and paid up capital we can be taken into account. 1 lakh 15 lakh rupees. Okay, next comes to the reserves and surplus. Profit and loss appropriation account actual balance is 2,50,000. It is fully used for partially paid up shares into fully paid up shares. Okay, we can be leave it off. And comes to the whatever the fully paid up shares purpose, we also be using security premium reserve fully 2 lakh rupees, complete 2 lakh rupees we can be used. After using the security premium reserve, if it is necessary, we can be use the general reserve. So general reserve again we can be used 3 lakh rupees. Out of general reserve 4 lakh rupees general reserve, 3 lakh rupees we can be used. That means we have the balance of 1 lakh rupees as a general reserve. Profit and loss account, it is completely we can be used. Security premium reserve also be completely be used. Okay, only whatever the general reserve balance is only 1 lakh rupees. So current non-current liabilities and current liabilities it is completely nil, and creditors as per the problem the creditors are 4 lakh rupees. Creditors are 4 lakh rupees, and that means current liabilities 4 lakh rupees. So non-current liabilities is the nil. So total amount of liabilities and equity and liabilities is 20 lakhs. Okay, it is completed. Next comes to the asset side. There is no change in the asset side. అంటే that mean non-current assets in which fixed assets are 15 lakhs 15 lakhs and current assets is 5 lakhs, total amount is 20 lakhs. So like this we can be solve this problem. Prepare the whatever the journal entries and balance it. Prepare the balance sheet and make the journal entries. Okay. Next class we can be discussing about the another 2 problems regarding the bonus sheets. Okay. Thank you.